generation, lead management, lead conversion. Yeah. You don't think Facebook works to grow your business with their ads. They keep changing things. You think that it's a fad. You try boosting posts, but got nothing in return. Places hit you up all day like you got money to go burn. Stop getting leads that you only call once, or buy another course that you give up in a month.
Door knocking sucks, cold calling's for the birds.
You're wasting precious time. You're never getting heard. My name is Andrew Smith, and I've got what you need. I'll generate your leads and help you to succeed.
Give me 3 solid months and I'll coach you right along.
You'll jumpstart your business and I'm done with this song. Yeah.
Money back guarantee, homie. Free trials for brick and mortars, baby.
Keep wasting time and money on your own if you want to. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I love that song so much. I want to play it to you again. But the reason I've played you that wonderful little rap song by Andrew Smith is it's actually Mr. Smith that we are going to be interviewing today. So Andrew Smith is a social media coach specializing in the real estate industry in the States. But he's a really quirky personality. He's actually such a cool guy. And when I play you the interview that I did with him, hopefully you will see that he's actually such a genuine guy. He's a very humble guy, but he's seen something. He's got this model in his head that he trains agents to implement, which I think is brilliant, and there's a lot of insight into it. But he's got this rap song that I just love it. So yeah, there we go. I'm so tempted to play it to you again. I just love that. So guys, how are you? Before we dive into the interview and all that, tell me in the chat roll, how is it going? I've been very impressed with how many of you have been going live. Isn't it amazing? Something about this live thing has just kickstarted a whole bunch of you. It's great to see. And I actually love it. Like if I'm on Facebook during the day and I'm busy working away and I've got Facebook open on my other screen, and I'll see, Sharon Mattison has just gone live. I'll quickly go tap it and I'll watch her live, and then I'll go and type it in there. And then Patty Judd, and then I love it when Patty goes live because she never knows how to switch off. So then, so then she's like tapping the screen and apologizing to people. It's wonderful. But I did actually shoot a video on how to stop going live. And I put it in the school for you, by the way. And Patty went and watched that video, and in the end, she figured out how to stop going live. But yeah, hello, Sharon. Nice to see you on the webinar. It's been amazing. And Sharon, tell us. In fact, if you can, don't you want to request to speak, Sharon? And then I will say yes. And then hopefully we can get your camera and your microphone up here. And I want you to tell us why you've gone live and tell us about what happened, because I saw what happened with one of your listings. If you can get it right, please come and talk to us. I'd love to hear your feedback. And anybody else, which of you have gone live in the last 2 weeks? And what have you done? Okay, request to speak. Yes, Sharon, yes. Okay, I've just approved it, so hopefully you're going to pop up here in a second. And what I will do is I will shut these slides down. So Sharon, you're going to see, once it's, I don't know, it takes you through some kind of process, there'll be a little camera icon that almost looks like a Sherlock Holmes magnifying glass, two little handles. and then you'll see the microphone icon. You have to tap both of those to turn your microphone and your camera on. But I have had it where people can't get it right in the past, so I'll just wait for you to appear. And Vicky's saying, play it again. I'll play it at the end. I'll play it at the end for those of you who want to hang around for it. It just makes me laugh. He's such a cool guy. I love Andrew. I've actually started communicating with him a bit, and we're sort of building a friendship. I'm going to keep in touch with him. He's such a classic guy. Okay, so Sharon obviously is wanting to do all sorts of things with your settings, which is not working anyway. If you can get it right, you will pop up at some point. In the meantime, let us continue with this morning. So we are still on. Yeah, okay, Sharon, doesn't matter. Thanks for trying. So what happened was Sharon did go live, and then she said, what did you say? I can't remember how long it was, but within like a couple of days, she had sold the listing or got an offer on the listing, whatever, just from this little live. So what she did was a property had just come on the market, had not gone to the portals yet. She went to the property and went live in the back garden. And she just said, hey, so excited. This new properties come on the market in such and such an area. And it hasn't even got onto the portals yet. It's wonderful. And it really was a beautiful garden. And she said, and if you're interested, give me a call. And you said on that Facebook post, Sharon, that someone had seen the live video and contacted you, and what was it, made an offer, or it was sold, or whatever. But this live thing is so powerful. And for those of you who've gone live, you will tell me it's getting so many views. You get hundreds of views on your live videos when you only get 10 on a pre-recorded and then uploaded video. So Charmaine, you said it was good to do a live video, and you said lots of views. Yeah, exactly, Charmaine. Well done, and I'm proud of you. I'm so, because it's daunting. It's fearful. It's a fearful thing, because when you're live, you can't edit it afterwards, and what if it's like it's stuck? What if I look terrible? What if my double chin is like doing its thing, and then I can't stop that, and it's gone out there, and it's daunting. But it gets easier the more you do it. So Belinda, I went live twice. Once a shout out for the referrals. Yep, I actually saw that one, and once at the local barber. That's awesome. I missed that one. That is so good. Belinda, if you can find the link to that, don't you want to put it in our Facebook group? You can actually find the link to the recording of the live and then post that link in our groups, because I'd love to go and see it. Morning, Laura. And I saw Greg as well from the NRG team. Welcome, guys. Okay, so let's talk about social media. We're going to keep up the conversations today. Now, out of Andrew's interview, what I might just do today is just play the interview, which is about 10 minutes. Which was very difficult, because I spoke to him for about an hour, and I'm wanting to like keep it down to 10 minutes. I've like edited the heck out of the thing. And then I'm going to then pull out like the salient points, because when you watch an interview like that, sometimes there's so much information coming at you. So then afterwards, what I will do is I will explain it, and I'm going to then pull out what I think are the valuable lessons from the interview. And then I have shot 2 videos. Well, I've sourced one video on Calendly, and I've shot another video on how to set up a Facebook ad, which is what Andrew's going to tell us about. But I might not play those today, because there's something else that you're going to need to have in place before you can place the Facebook ad. Okay, so Glenn, you said the barber. Me too. Excellent. Barbour. Is that a play on words? Because I know there's a company called Barber Thorn that are on our. Anyway, I want to see those live videos where you're interviewing local business owners. It's a great idea. Okay, lots of people still saying good morning. I'm assuming that you're all late and that you've just arrived. You have no idea what we've been talking about. And you missed the greatest rap song in business history, which I am going to play you again later, because I love it so much. Okay, guys, here is the interview with Andrew Smith. my new mate, Andrew Smith from America. I don't even know where he's from. He's somewhere in America. Okay, so here we go. Concentrate, guys. This is a good video, and then I'll pull out some stuff afterwards, as I said. Here we go.
Man, like candy in the summer. Don't act like a bummer. Gotta move it through the nighttime.
And then just tell us a little bit about what you do now. I know you've got a consultancy that you run, and would love to hear more about that.
So now what I do is I help other real estate agents with their marketing, both marketing themselves as an agent and also to market properties. And the medium that I really emphasize doing this on is social media. And I really emphasize agents using video to be a part of that marketing and get them into a mindset where they can do a lot of this stuff themselves. So they don't have to, they don't have to pay someone to create Facebook ads to get leads or pay someone to follow up with their leads. If they have a system and a structure in place, this is something that they can at least start doing on their own. And as they get more business, of course, they can scale. But one of the challenges for new agents is low budget, and being able to do things on your own really helps. What an individual just needs is a system, and they just need to work that system consistently, and it will build and grow. Getting leads really is just the first part of your whole business process. And there's so much allurement to thinking that, hey, as soon as I get a lead, that means a client. Every lead means a client. Well, in reality, more than 60, 70% of leads you get are going to require follow-up and require constant engagement. And that's the mindset that I'm trying to break among the agents that I work with, is that just because your phone rings with a new lead doesn't mean it's new money. And just because they are not ready now doesn't make them a bad lead. It just means they need nurturing over time. And so that's just changing that mindset is the biggest hurdle for me. When you're trying to get cold leads into your system, right, that should be a very minimal transaction. And I recommend just offer a list of homes that are going to be appealing to the most amount of people in the market that you're trying to serve. Because when people are scrolling through social media, my mindset is, I put myself in my viewer's mindset. I could be in line at a grocery store, at a bank. I could be, just sitting down waiting for something, and I'm scrolling through my phone, and something catches my attention. A nice, pretty house, and so I can get opportunity to download a list of homes or access a list of homes that meet my criteria, or at least what I would want. So I click on that. Oh, I got to enter my name and contact information. Let me go ahead and do that, and I'll check this list out later. That's because that's what I do sometimes. I'll download something, but it's not for immediate consumption. It's just because that caught my eye, it caught my interest, and I'll check it out later. And that's the approach that I give to real estate agents getting cold traffic. People don't know who you are at that point. They don't care who you are at that point. If you have a 2-3 minute video in their newsfeed at that point, it might not resonate with them because they don't have any clue who you are. So my idea for that is to get the leads into the system first. When the lead comes in, maybe a soft touch, like a text message to acknowledge that you see then they came into your system, you see what they're looking for, and then you let them know if they need you, they can, how to contact you. You give them information on how to contact you in a quick little text message. If they're interested, they'll respond, and then you can engage in a conversation. But more likely than not, in some agents, they'll call the person right then and there. But more likely than not, that lead is going to go into what I call your warm audience. Now, you don't have to compete for their name, email address, and phone number anymore. You have it. Your objective at that point is to have them schedule an appointment with you so that you can, extend your value and, hopefully sign them to an agreement. But the way I emphasize doing that, getting the individuals to schedule an appointment with you, is to now introduce yourself using video. So now you've got the lead. What I recommend at this point is you mentioned CRMs. You're going to have a drip campaign sequence. What I recommend for agents and what I'm implementing for clients I'm working with now is a video drip campaign sequence, or if that's too much, at least the first email in the drip campaign should be a link to a video that where the agent is introducing themselves. In a 2-minute video, 2-3-minute video, an agent is introducing themselves and explaining and conveying the value that they can bring to that audience. That you can put that on YouTube, you can put it on Facebook, but more importantly, it's the first email that goes out in the drip sequence. And then of course, the drip sequence should be conveying value and it's going to extend for a period of time. But my approach is not everyone is going to read email. And not every email is going to land in the inbox. So we need another layer of air cover, if you will, that I recommend to be done wholly as video. And what I mean is, now again, you have your warm audience. Every lead that you get, weekly, monthly, if you're getting dozens of leads a week or whatever the case is, upload those leads into a custom audience on Facebook. And then what you do is the videos that you create, they're now adding value. These are 2-3-minute videos where you're speaking directly to your audience. So if your audience is a list of potential buyers, you're rolling out a sequence of videos that is going to educate your home buyers. And it could be a 2-minute video on the top 5 things to look for on a home inspection. And then those videos now you upload to YouTube, upload to your Facebook business page. So now your leads, they're getting your drip campaigns, they're seeing your value there, but more so they're seeing your value in video form show up in places where they weren't expecting. And that's the sort of a more holistic approach to follow up, because we know that real estate agents, at least here in the United States, don't like to follow up, but at least if the idea of follow-up changes to, a phone call every day harassing someone to do business with you, if it changes from that to how can I help you? How can this information I'm giving you help you? And then with every one of these videos, there should be a link to the agent's scheduling app, like Calendly or something like that, because that's the call to action that you're trying to drive to at this point. Letting people know, if you want more information or you'd like to schedule a call, click the link below and schedule a 30-minute appointment so we can talk more about it. Yeah, and again, Facebook ads are, I believe, a great place to start. And Facebook lead ads in particular. Facebook has multiple campaign objectives. The lead ad objective is the one that I recommend. The reason I recommend it is because it keeps viewers on Facebook. And when people are prompted for their information, Facebook will pre-populate the information that they have on file for those individuals. So it takes an extra step away from the person in having to make that mental decision to surrender their contact information. So the lead ad takes that element out of it, and their conversion rates are very high. I mean, they can convert 50% or higher in many cases. And you can generate leads for under $5 a lead. I mean, a good price for a lead would be anywhere from $1 to $2. So again, I'm speaking in American currency. So the idea for getting leads, again, is to cast a wide net, learn to create a Facebook lead ad that's advertising a list of homes in a certain area. That is going to cast the widest net of individuals and bring those individuals in. You qualify them, you put them in your nurturing process. So the answer is to learn how to create a Facebook lead ad.
Super, Andrew, and I want to say thank you so much for the time you've spent with me today. Some amazingly good tips, some stuff which I hadn't even thought of, and some stuff that's really started a train of thought in me, and I know will with many of our clients. And we appreciate you. And on behalf of all of them, I want to thank you for your time.
Certainly, my pleasure, Stephen, and hello and goodbye to all of your students.
Okay. Now, I am going to pull out a bunch of stuff there, but before I do so, I'd be interested to hear from you. What did you hear there that you felt was an insight? Type it in the chat roll. I'd be interested to see that. Okay, while you're doing that, I said, please remind me to give you Andrew's 2 training PDFs. Okay, I have got his permission. He's got 2 resources that he uses with his clients that I have got his permission to share with you. The first one is his social media marketing checklist. And I'm going to share that with you now. Could somebody just tell me, can you see what I'm sharing with you? There should be a button to like download it, or I don't know. I don't know what it looks like on your interface. So Bhutto, nurturing cold leads, yes. Lead ads, yes. Boba, follow-ups are super important, yes. Charmaine, I mean, that is the main thing behind this whole system, is that you have to follow leads up. And don't all convert. In fact, most of them don't convert immediately. Nurture your leads. Yes, Dillian. Nurturing warm leads. Kathy. You don't have to ask for contact details on Facebook. Yes, that's a good one. That's why he recommends using Facebook lead ads, because it pre-populates their information. They just got to click a button. Facebook ads and systems and structure. Yep, Mary. Menno. Cost per lead, $1 to $2 sounds really effective. Absolutely. Menno. Cheryl, Facebook lead ads. Yes. Okay, PDF, thank you. Create Facebook lead adverts. Okay, got it. Yes, everyone's got it. Okay, excellent. Now, that's the first one. I hope you've all clicked the button, because I don't know when I share the second one if it's going to remove the first one. I don't know, but let's give it a try. If you haven't clicked the button yet, click it now, quick, so you can download his social media marketing checklist. For those of you watching the replay, and for those of you watching live, I actually will put these 2 resources in this lesson on the replay. So webinar number 16, I think it is. This is webinar 16. Can you believe it, huh? Webinar number 16. Yeah, webinar 16. So in that lesson, the replay, I will also put these 2 PDFs. You can go download them from there. Okay, so here's the second one. This is his lead ads tutorial. So how do you place a lead ad? He's got a PDF where he shows you screenshot. Now the video that I'm probably not going to get it to today. I'll show it to you on the next webinar. I've done a video where I actually screen videoed myself placing a lead ad on Facebook. So you can then follow exactly what I do in that video. But let me share that with you. Okay, my screen tells me that both of the PDFs are now available to you, so you should be able to click them. But if you can't see them, like Declan can't see the download, don't worry about it. Log into the school later today. I'll put both of these PDFs into the school. Right. It sounds like he sets up his contacts in Facebook similar to the audience. Yes, he does. Wimpy, it's exactly what he does, but it's even cleverer than that. He gets his initial ad where people fill in the form, the Facebook lead form. He gets the people who fill in the lead form. That data automatically populates an audience on Facebook that he then retargets with video-based ads. Very clever system. Okay, so yes, most of you have got both of them. Excellent. So guiding principles. Yeah, I think I've got 6 principles that I've brought out of Andrew Smith's system. And that is, in fact, I don't want you to miss that. This is one of the things I love about what Andrew is doing here, is he is taking a systematic approach to lead generation, and not just generating leads, but nurturing those leads over time so that they will convert into clients and loyal clients, people who know you, like you, trust you, have watched you on a lot of video, and so that parasocial bonding thing has taken place. How do you generate leads on social media so that they then begin to see more and more and more of you via video? That's what I love about Andrew, is that he's got a systematic approach. So here are the principles. Number one, Facebook lead ads are the best way to generate leads on social media. That's a principle. He's big on lead ads. Secondly, leads require follow-up, and a whole bunch of you did mention that in the chat roll, which I'm pleased that came across. What did he say? 60 to 70% of leads, when you generate them on social media, are not ready to buy or sell a home. They require nurturing and follow-up. So how do you do that? You've got to have a system. Number three, you've got to have a system that takes you all the way from generating leads to converting them to clients. You've got to have a system. Fourth, you have to combine drip campaigns with retargeting. Does it? Okay, I know that one probably doesn't make sense to you. I've got a diagram I'm going to show you in a second that explains that point, but just let the point be made now. Part of the system to follow up leads, once you've generated the lead, you now need to nurture it. Part of that system means you combine two things. You have a drip campaign, which now begins to go to those people. Do I need to remind you? I have taught you how to set up drip campaigns. I did a whole series on drip campaigns with you previously, where we said you've got to have 8 video-based emails in 8 weeks. And we even gave you like 8 topic ideas. The first one is your agent intro video, which interestingly enough is exactly what he says. He says you got to have a drip campaign, and video number 1 is your agent intro video. Where have you heard that before? It's actually amazing how Andrew's thinking and my thinking are so similar in what he is teaching agents to do. So you have drip campaigns that now have 8 in 8 weeks. They're all video based, and the first one's the agent intro. But there's something else that you now do with them. In addition to the drip campaign, you set up a retargeting ad on Facebook so that they're getting emails with your videos, but they're also, every time they jump on Facebook, your stuff is popping up in their feed. So you're following them around social media. So they're getting 2 bites at the cherry with the same videos. It's brilliant. It's so good. I love it. Love it, Andrew. Number 5, include a Calendly link in all your video descriptions and posts. Okay, so in the videos that you're emailing out in the drip campaign, and this is not something we've done before, you go and add it to your drip campaign emails. And in the videos that you're now putting adverts, retargeting ads on, you have a link to your scheduling app. What is Calendly? It is a scheduling app. Okay, I now have there's an 18-minute video I'm going to play you on our next webinar by someone else, but I've gone through a whole bunch of them. It's the best one I can find that explains exactly how to use Calendly. What Calendly is it gives you a little link that if you click, that you send to people and you put on your social media post, that when they click it, they see your calendar and they can book a time to meet with you. But what it's doing is it's synchronizing with your calendar that you put all your appointments on, so that every time you book an appointment, it takes that slot off your Calendly link, so that they're continually synchronizing, so that people can book appointments with you without fear that you're going to get double booked. Very good idea. Okay, so use Calendly as a scheduling app, and that must be your call to action on all of your videos. Is, hey, if you want to know more, if you want to see more, if you want to talk about listing your property, if you want to talk about finding a property, schedule a 30-minute or a 60-minute appointment with me. We'll do it on Google Meet. Just click this link now. boom, they can schedule an appointment. Imagine you woke up and you checked your diary for the day, and there's 3 people that have booked appointments with you to talk about listing their home. Wonderful. Now, you can use technology. Remember, this is going virtual. You can use technology to do all this stuff. And then number 6, produce multiple videos per week. I've been saying to you, you've got to have a regular video routine. Remember, we did that right in the beginning. Even if you just do 1 a week, okay? Produce at least 1 a week, post online, and then email and WhatsApp the YouTube links to your database. Now, I actually cut that out of the video because it was just going to make the video too long. One of the things he said is, when you're producing your weekly content and you're emailing the links out to your database, which I have told you how to do, and I've taught you how to do it, he says, in addition to that, also send the link via WhatsApp to your whole database. And you can use the WhatsApp desktop application to just cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste. You can do it really quickly. And in fact, if you want to, you can even set up a distribution list with all of your advocates in your distribution list, and you can just send it from just one-time post, and it goes to the whole distribution list as an individual WhatsApp to each one of them. Good morning. This week's video is about how to reduce the term of your bond repayments. There's the link to your YouTube video. Now, why WhatsApp? Because as he says, and we all know this to be true, video links in WhatsApp messages get a far higher click-through rate than do video links in email. So if you're wanting to drive traffic to your YouTube videos, yes, email the links out, but begin WhatsApping the links out as well. Very good idea. Thank you for that as well, Andrew. Okay, so I've pulled out 6 guiding principles. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to put it in a step-by-step system for you. So hopefully this will make sense to you once I've gone through it. You're not going to be able to do this yet because you don't know how to do some of these things, and that's what I'll get onto on our next webinar. But for today, I just want you to see the big picture of what he's teaching. Number 1, this is where it all begins. You generate the leads in the first place. How? On social media now, using Facebook lead ads. Facebook lead ad is an ad that if the person clicks on it, it prompts them to fill in a form. And you don't even need another website or a landing page. Or this all just happens in the Facebook ad itself. They fill in their details, and you can decide what details you want: name, email address, telephone number, probably, and then they click submit in order to get access to the thing that you have advertised in an ad. And he recommends that when you place your lead ad, what are you advertising? He says, do not advertise your videos, your agent intro video, or so, because no one's interested in that at this point. People who own property may be selling in the future. People who are selling, buying property, looking for properties, what do they want to see? They want to see property. So his advice is, take one of your listings that's got beautiful photographs and just use an image-based, photograph-based lead ad. I guess you could put like a listing tour, like a virtual tour video as part of that lead ad that will entice people to click on it. Okay, so that's what he's recommending with your lead ad. Use a property that you're marketing to create a lead ad. Then what do you do with the leads that come in? So people begin to click on this lead ad and they fill in their form, they fill in their details. What happens with that? Well, first of all, you got to contact the lead. And I've read other research that says you got to do that within 24 hours, preferably the same day. And in fact, I know some agents that say within like whatever it is, 30 minutes, every lead that they get will get contacted within 30 minutes. So a phone call, he's saying you could do it via a text message, but I would prefer you to make a phone call. Someone's filled in a form, you quick call, hey, it's Steve Johnstone, see you filled in the form, is there anything I can help you with immediately? No, we're just looking around. I'm just thinking we may be thinking of selling in the future. Okay, no problem. I'll keep in touch. And in the meantime, I'll send you some stuff that I think might be helpful as you plan your way forward. And then you can get hold of me if you need me. What stuff are you going to send them? Somebody tell me. What are they now going to get put on? Well, you're going to capture their details and put them into your CRM system. Now, what happens? Somebody told me, I haven't been wasting my time for the last 8 months with you. When you now put them onto your CRM system, you put them into MailChimp, what happens now? Automatically, because you've set this up to happen. Okay, yes, Booba, videos, but what videos? Like, what now happens? What do they now begin receiving? Please tell me, people. Okay, guys, I'm getting depressed now. Yes, Charmaine! You champion! Charmaine, okay. Actually, Charmaine, a whole lot of people knew. But you were the first one to type it. Your drip campaign. Yes! You have set up an 8-email drip campaign. All 8 are video-based. And they get that in 8 weeks. So you contact the lead. Hey, it's Steve Johnstone. Saw you filled in the form on Facebook. Just wanted to know, is there anything I can help you with right now? No, we're just looking. No problem. I'll keep in touch with you. I'll send you some stuff that I think will be helpful as you plan your way forward. And if you ever need to chat to me, you can give me a call. You can schedule an appointment with me. Would love to meet you. Cheers for now. See, it's not high pressure. You're just building a relationship. You then put them onto your CRM system. You can actually automate that from the Facebook ad itself. They go into your CRM system. They trigger, because of a tag that you add, they trigger the correct drip campaign, and they now start getting the emails. So they go into your CRM system. Right, then, what happens from there? This is where Andrew Smith is so brilliant. Actually, all of it is brilliant, but I love this about what he says. I have previously said to you, yes, they now go on a drip campaign. But he's saying there's 2 things you can do with them. And these things happen at the same time. So let's look at the first one. That's the drip campaign. They get added onto your thing. They start getting this weekly email. 8 emails in 8 weeks. Now, what happens at the end of the 8 weeks? Do they suddenly stop hearing from you? I'd be interested to know. To me, it's so obvious, the answer to that question, but I might not have communicated that clearly to you. Like at the end of the drip campaign, they've now finished their 8 weeks. The drip campaign is now done. How is it that these people still hear from you now in the future? Does anybody actually know the answer to that question? Like what system is in place to maintain ongoing long-term communication with these people now? And I would like to cast your mind back to the very beginning of this course, when what did I teach you how to do? I taught you how to build a database and how to communicate with that database using a system. And part of that communication plan is a newsletter that you send out every 6 weeks. Oops, you know what? I wasn't scrolling up. Touch cycle. Yes, Charmaine, you got it again. You have, and Booba, yeah, your newsletter. They end up on your newsletter. Kevin, yes, excellent. Sorry, I actually hadn't scrolled up. So they now go onto your database, which is the next thing on my slide. You add them to your database. And they now get the regular communication that everyone is getting. They might not be advocates yet, so they might not be getting 33 touches a year with all the phone calls and the drop-bys and all of that stuff, but at least they're going to be getting your newsletter every 6 weeks, like your B list that just gets that newsletter. So you add them to your database. And the database, what are you emailing out? This is another important question, guys. What are you using for your newsletter that goes out every 6 weeks? And I hope you are sending out a newsletter every 6 weeks. Remember, I taught you how to create a video version of the value items that I've given you all. And I did a little video on the overpriced turkey, like what happens if you overprice a home. I did a little video of it. I put that on YouTube. And then I said to you, this is now your newsletter. You send out the email with the link to the video, and then below it, a link to the PDF that they can download the PDF. And then I also said to you, to your advocates, in addition to the email, you're going to post them a hard copy of that value item as well. So it's, yes, send out value items. Great, Vicky. So you are emailing out a video and combined with a PDF version of your value items. That's what's going out. Now, what Andrew says is that video, the overpriced turkey video that you've now quickly shot, 1.5 minute video, there's something else you can do with that video in addition to emailing it out. And I just love it. It's brilliant. But before we get to that, there's a 5th step. So you add them to your database, and they are now going to get the email or the WhatsApp with your video post links. Okay. What do I mean with phone calls? Yes. Okay. What I mean is if it's your advocates, you need to be following that up with personal contact. If it's your B list, you're not following it up with a phone call. Okay, so what else do you do with the videos now? You've created a video for this month on the dangers of overpricing your home. And it's now on YouTube. You've emailed it out to the database. You've WhatsApped the link to your advocates. You've followed up with a few phone calls to advocates. What else do you do with this video? Well, you now create an ad on Facebook using that video. So it's a video-based advert this time. And who are you going to promote that advert to? You are going to retarget the people who have filled in the form on your Facebook lead ad. And I am going to show you in the video that I show you next webinar how you can automate that process. When someone fills in the form, step number 1 on the lead ad, that contact detail can automatically go to the audience that you retarget with the video ads that you are now going to be placing every month. And all you will do is you will just change the video once a month on that lead ad. So you've got a monthly budget for social media advertising, and you're retargeting. And what you can do is you can retarget the people who filled in the lead ad, and you can also add your advocates, for example, onto that list. You just put their email addresses in, and it'll begin following your advocates as well around the internet. So now there's 2 places, 3 places. They get the email. They can click on the link. They get a WhatsApp. They can click on the link on their phone, and they go onto Facebook, and oh, look there, you've appeared on their feed. There's the advert because it's following them around. This is so brilliant. Why? Because video content makes people get to like you, know you, like you, trust you. It parasocial bonds people with you. The more people are consistently watching your video content, the more they will like you, trust you, refer you, use you. You can tell I'm excited by this. I'll tell you why. This interview with Andrew Smith has brought together so much of what I have taught you to do for 8 months. So many of these little skills. It's like that paint the fence. We've been painting the fence, waxing the car, painting the fence, waxing the car. And all of a sudden, Andrew Smith has just gone, boom, here's a strategy that's now like you're in a fight and you can just block and punch and all of it's working because of what you've learned to do. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking to yourself, Stephen, I have not done basically 10% of what you've taught us to do over the last 8 months. And I haven't got, for example, a drip campaign in place. I haven't done my drip campaign yet. It's been on my list of to-dos. I feel terrible. Listen, you are not the only one. In fact, if that's you, just say that's me in the chat roll. And I'm guaranteeing you're going to see out of 119 people on the webinar, you're going to see 119 of them say, that's me. You feel like you're behind. You haven't done all these things. You know what? So it doesn't matter. You can still do it. If you go into the school, all the webinar replays are there. Scroll down, you'll see the how-to videos. There's about 40 how-to videos. Go through the how-to videos. Some of them are how to set up a drip campaign, part A. Go and watch a 12-minute video. Listen. Okay, there's two things I want to say. The one is, don't be depressed if you say, that's me. I'm behind. I feel like I haven't done my homework. I haven't kept up. The whole point of this is that I have created a tool, a curriculum that you can go through at your own pace. But the second thing I want to say to you guys is, stop making excuses. I'm too busy. I just haven't got, this is the problem. I just haven't, just stop making excuses. Do you want to benefit from all of these powerful techniques and opportunities? Are you going to be the small percentage of agents that actually go and do the stuff instead of just talking about it and thinking about it and sitting there and watching the webinar and making complaints that you haven't got it? Just stop making excuses. You only have one life. You've got an opportunity now. Now take it. And as Glenn says in the chat roll, if you need help, get help. There's got to come a point where you stop making excuses and you say, you know what? If I'm going to make anything of my business life, somebody else is not going to do it for me. I have to do it. So do it. I hope that wasn't too strongly worded, but I don't think I can actually word that strongly enough. And I hope it doesn't irritate you. I hope it motivates you, because you can do this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the webinar there today. Do I have another slide? Right, if you're up for the challenge, why not give it a try? That's my challenge to you today. I'm going to put the slide back up. Why? Because I don't want to now start teaching you how to set up a Facebook lead ad, how to set up a retargeting ad, because you're going to need to know how to do both of those things to make the strategy work, and how to use Calendly to open up a Calendly account for yourself. I don't want to teach you how to do those things if you don't have a drip campaign in place. Because if you don't have a drip campaign, you can't do this. So go and get your drip campaign in place. You say, Stephen, I don't even have a MailChimp account. Go and get a MailChimp account. What are you waiting for? Right. Vicky says, I'm glad to be on the webinar. Slow and steady is my place. My real estate career has grown from 3,000 to now second highest number of sales in my firm. That's wonderful, Vicky. Well done. And I've actually had so many little testimonials that I've got of people saying to me, and it's strange because it's people who often don't make comments in the chat roll. I didn't even know they're attending the webinars. And they've said to me, my business has exploded since I got on the Going Virtual program. And I haven't even done like most of what you've said. There's just been a few things I've begun to implement. And that's great. I love that feedback. Okay, cool, guys. Let's leave it there. I'm going to play Andrew Smith's rap video again to close, just to put you in a good mood again. And then I'll see you in 2 weeks' time, and we'll pick this thing up again. I will teach you how to set up the Facebook ads and do the Calendly thing. All right, guys, here we go. Listen to the sage words of the rapper.
Generation, lead management, lead conversion. Yeah. You don't think Facebook works to grow your business with their ads. They keep changing things. You think that it's a fad. You try boosting posts, but got nothing in return. Places hit you up all day like you got money to go burn. Stop getting leads that you only call once, or buy another course that you give up in a month.
Door knocking sucks, cold calling's for the birds.
You're wasting precious time. You're never getting heard. My name is Andrew Smith, and I've got what you need. I'll generate your leads and help you to succeed.
Give me 3 solid months and I'll coach you right along.
You'll jumpstart your business, and I'm done with this song. Yeah, Yeah.
Money back guarantee, homie. Free trials for brick and mortars, baby.
Keep wasting time and money on your own if you want to. Yeah, yeah.